At the heart of you're an entrepreneur.
My great-grandmother was an entrepreneur herself, had a candle and incense shop during the Great Depression in Detroit, Michigan. They repaved over this neighborhood, this historic Black neighborhood, and she wasn't able to carry out her dream. So I was inspired, and I was like, I would love to try my hand and tap into that ancestral DNA and see if I can make candles.
Welcome to In Our House, Build Your Own Table Entrepreneurship Podcast. I am your host, Kathy House. Jasmine Rogers. Oh my God, this is so special for me for numerous reasons. The moment I met you, fifth floor, your face lit up. You were the brightest face in the school business, different from most people, I would say. And we just connected.
Instantly.
Yeah. And it's been nonstop ever since.
Absolutely.
And then to find out that at the heart of you're an entrepreneur. And you've been a student of mine in the Masters of Business Administration program, an entrepreneurship course. And you asked me to be a mentor for you, and I was honored. Jasmine. So we go back a long way. Your company name is Old Soul Rising.
Absolutely.
And you have a story to tell as it relates to that. So share that story because it's priceless.
So the origin of Old Soul Rising. So I'm originally from Dayton, Ohio. Shout out to my Gym City gyms. And while I was in Dayton, I had launched a brand called The Vibe Spot before the pandemic, where I created these talent showcase and creative networking experiences because I wanted to create a place where entrepreneurs could showcase what it was that they were working on and also collaborate. Those that couldn't afford a brick and mortar. So it was always hosted at a minority-owned business, and it was like a sip and shop experience, right?
What were folks sipping?
Whatever the venue had, whether it was coffee, whether it was the old-fashioned,
Okay.
Whatever your flavor, right? But then when the pandemic hit, I wasn't able to curate these social experiences. So I spent a lot of time talking to elders, and I wanted to learn my history. So I was speaking with my great aunt, Auntie Dee, and she actually shared with me that my great-grandmother had a candle and incense shop during the Great Depression in Detroit, Michigan. During the Great Depression. So in the Black Bottom neighborhood is where she started, right? And so unfortunately, due to urban renewal, they repaved over this neighborhood, this historic Black neighborhood. And she wasn't able to carry out her dream. And so this was the first time that I heard that my great-grandmother was an entrepreneur herself, or that anyone in my family had the spirit of entrepreneurship. So I was inspired, and I was like, I would love to try my hand and tap into the ancestral DNA and see if I can make candles.
Now, how old were you when you found out this?
I was 28.
Okay.
28 years old.
So well into being a young adult.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you were intrigued by the story.
I was inspired by her audacity, right?
And this was in the Great Depression?
During the Great Depression.
Okay, so you learned the story. You're about 28. Then what happened?
So inspired by my grandmother, who was Emma Lee Gaines, and her candle and incense shop was called Emma Lee's. Not Emily, but Emma Lee's.
Okay.
I just got into the candle lab. I got on YouTube. I was like, let me see what the mechanics are. And it's truly a science. You become a candle chemist, right?
A candle chemist.
Yeah, it's science. You're mixing waxes and fragrance oils, and you have to measure things out. And it's trial and error to figure out the perfect combination.
So how did you come about mixing the right, amounts and fragrances and scents? And I know you said it's trial and error. But I mean, you have really gone forth and put some things in there that relaxes, de-stresses. How did you go about that? Because your background, college, what'd you major in?
So I went to Miami University and I majored in organizational leadership for undergrad.
So I'm not hearing any science or chemist or biology or anything.
But I always loved science. So my father was an engineer.
Okay.
And he ensured that I was in all of the WeSTEM programs. So women in science, technology, engineering, and math. Okay. I hate math. And
even today.
Right, even today. But it's a necessary evil.
Yeah.
But I enjoy like having a problem before me and solving for it. So this was exciting for me, right? Okay. So I tried a couple different waxes, different fragrances, different vessels, different wicks. And I landed on soy candle wax.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
So soy candle wax is the cleanest burning.
So you shouldn't just be going to buy a candle and not really researching or...
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
These are made with love and great intention.
Okay.
And they're safe for your pets.
Huh.
So if you do your research, you'll see that big box stores often use chemicals that when they're burned, there's carcinogens that are released. So they're not very good for you, your pets, or your children.
To inhale.
To inhale. Yeah.
Wow.
But 100% soy, right? It's the cleanest burning, but also it holds the most fragrance, right? So when you burn it, it's able to release like a more potent scent into your space.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so 28, you start doing research or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You came up with this formula.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So what are the fragrances and the ingredients that are the most popular?
So my number one seller is actually Lavender Love.
Okay.
And it is a mix of lemongrass, citrus. It has some cedar in there and then lavender. And I top it off with lavender flower. So that's my number one seller.
And why is that your number one seller?
It's relaxing.
So it works.
So there's a gentleman that literally buys them in packs of 10. And he says he needs them to sleep.
Huh?
Yeah. They actually like...
relax you.
Yeah.
Is it the lavender or is it the combination of all? Because lavender, if I'm correct, is one of those ingredients that relaxes you.
Mm-hmm.
But is it everything else as well?
I think it's also the flame.
Huh. So he's got this thing burning and he's sleeping?
So I think, you sit there and meditate and like unwind. It's dimly lit by the candle. And it just kind of allows you to go to a safe place where you can levitate.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And how often does he buy these 10?
So anytime, so it's actually a colleague in the School of Business.
We won't say who, but go
yeah.
ahead.
But anytime I come around, he's like, hey, I need 12 more.
Wow.
So that was on a monthly basis. He was getting 12.
On a monthly basis?
On a monthly basis.
So that's consistent income.
Absolutely.
And he's still doing that?
He is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about your other flavors? What's the number 2?
So number 2 is Self-Care Sunday, which is white tea. It's lemongrass. And there is a really nice like powdery essence. So it's giving like a luxury spa or hotel vibe.
How do you come up with these various different titles and names and catchy names? How do you come up with them?
So for me, candles hold a special place in my heart, even before I found out about my great-grandmother. So growing up, me and my mom would spend time going to the mall and like she would let me help her pick out scents at, I won't even name the name. But for me, like to be able to help her curate the vibe of our house, the scent profile of our house.
Okay, so that's why it was for the scent of the house.
Yeah.
Not for any candles.
It was candles.
Even with your mom?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, but she wasn't making them.
She wasn't making them.
Okay.
We were buying them.
Interesting.
Yeah, and she loved candles. And so, for me, like I loved like to help her pick out and curate like the scent. And so for me, it was nothing. It was nothing.
So this came easy.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm a very creative person.
Well, I know you're very creative. You don't have to tell me that. So, okay, so you got your number 2. How many flavors do you have?
So I have 5 signature scents.
Okay.
And then I have seasonal scents.
Okay.
So for like the winter time, we have 'Tis the Season, which is reminiscent of like a cozy log cabin. And for the summer, specifically in DC, we have cherry blossom season. And so I have a cherry blossom specific candle that sells very well during that season. And then for the summer, we Catch Flights, Not Feelings, which is a coconut lime verbena, mint mojito vibe. So you close your eyes and you just go to a tropical locale in your brain. And we have Princess Peach. And my favorite kind of candy is peach rings. So it's giving just that.
That's Joshua, my son's favorite.
Yes.
Yeah, peach ring.
I mean, if you don't like peach ring, I'm just saying.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have candles. That's primarily your main product, but you have other products as well.
Yes, I have complementary products.
Okay.
Right. So in the MBA program, as I've had this business, I've learned a lot.
Okay.
Through going through school. But since my grandmother also but she had incense in her store, I decided to try my hand at incense.
Okay.
So I make incense.
How do you do that?
It's hand dipped.
How do you make incense though?
So there's like a proprietary blend of a base, and then you mix and master your fragrances, and then you soak the incense sticks in the combination for like 7 days.
So the sticks already come on sticks. It's not like you're making the sticks.
That was going to be a huge investment of time and energy. And I feel like with the powder and everything or the clay, it would be a huge mess.
Okay, so you get sticks that don't have a
unscented.
That's a thing.
It is a thing.
Okay, see, I didn't know that.
Yes.
See, I was like, this girl's in her hole. She rolling the incense.
No, not in my DC.
She got to let them set to harden. That's what I thought you were doing. Okay.
Maybe one day.
Okay, so you can purchase unscented incense,
Mm-hmm.
but then that's when you add your own flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how long do they have to sit?
So between 5 and 7 days, they soak, and then they have to dry for at least 4.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so how is that complimentary product doing?
Very well.
Why?
I mean, who doesn't enjoy burning incense? I feel like, so in the 60s, 70s, right?
Yeah, it was a big thing.
It was a big thing.
Yeah.
And everything comes back around full circle.
That's true. And
And so incense is a thing.
it's a thing.
And even like for me, my aunts and uncles, elders, they used to burn incense. So like burning incense, it brings back like good childhood memories of like family gatherings or just a cozy home vibe.
Okay.
So yeah, the incense is moving very well.
Huh.
Yeah.
But your candles are still the top product?
I would say so.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So when you say incense, is there a certain demographic as far as age is concerned that gravitates more to the incense than others?
The range is vast.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
The range is vast.
Interesting.
Some people like it just for the smell. Some people, burn it to cover up other scents. So, I think everybody can appreciate the scents.
All right. And then your other product is what?
I also make linen sprays.
For your sheets?
So you can spray them on your couch.
Okay.
You can spray them on your bed.
Huh.
If you have fabric in your car, you can spray it in your car. Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been doing the linen sprays?
The linen sprays is the last year and a half.
I was going to say, because I'm not familiar with this one. Okay.
Last year and a half.
How's it going?
Fantastic. Listen, my great grandmother has blessed my business. I honestly believe that I'm an old soul rising.
Mm-hmm.
And so
literally old soul rising.
Absolutely. So through me, I'm able to take the dream that she realized and scale it. Because I know that the position I'm in, the blessings I've received, I'm in a position to really grow and scale this in a way that, society wouldn't allow her to. So
okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when you speak of linen spray, I honestly think of like Febreze.
Okay.
So as it relates to Febreze, why would someone want to buy yours instead of sticking with the old true Febreze?
It's made with love.
I know that's right.
By an entrepreneur that's, making her way downtown and walking fast, right? But yeah, shop small, support someone that, is pursuing a dream.
Okay, Jasmine, you spoke of your grandmother and back in the day, with the, during her time, the
1920s.
Okay, 1920s.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are in the 21st century.
Mm-hmm.
And you're picking up pretty much where she left off.
Mm-hmm. 100 years later.
Which is deep.
Yeah.
What have you experienced as it relates to challenges that are somewhat similar to the challenges that you were, that she told you about, or the story of her candle business was shared with you? Mm-hmm. What's the similarity? And then I want you to be thinking of the differences.
Okay. So again, born and raised in Dayton, Ohio. Which is vastly different than DC or Chocolate City. And I made the conscious decision to move to Chocolate City to be surrounded by people that look like me.
Okay.
Right? In a thriving economy at the time. I mean, we're in a very interesting economic climate currently, but I had a dream of...
So you moved to DC when? From Dayton?
2020.
Ooh, during the pandemic?
October of 2020.
During the pandemic?
During the pandemic.
Well, what was the motivation behind that? Why not stay put in Dayton?
I had to go.
The pandemic was nationally,
I had to, it was time. It was time to go. Yeah, I needed a shift. Wow. And I have been told my whole life, like, your spirit is so much bigger than Dayton, Ohio. And I love Dayton because it is the place that molded me and grew me. Mm-hmm. It's the place of aviation. It's the birthplace of the bicycle, the Cheez-It.
It's
And
the
funk
birthplace of
music.
the bicycle?
The bicycle.
Really? Who knew that?
The Wright
Wow.
brothers.
Oh, wow.
And it was also where the Wright brothers had their practice fields.
Okay.
So they built the mechanism in Dayton, Ohio, and flew in North Carolina. But that's where
Okay.
even the cash register, Dayton, Ohio.
Hmm. Okay, so what's a comparison that the same thing challenges your grandmother dealt with in the 1920s that definitely has not changed that you have experienced as a challenge?
In life or in business, which is
Let's
there's an intersection there.
There is an intersection. Let's talk business, and then we'll talk about the intersection.
I will say the sky is the limit for me. I don't see any limitations that I've experienced in my life and business. I feel like my spirit alone unlocks a lot of doors for me. And I believe that's the blessing of the ancestors and the calling over my life. And in business, I've been blessed. There are no barriers in my way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you feel like that was the same for her?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
What's the difference?
It was a different time.
Okay.
It was a different time.
So you feel like it's more accepting now for you as a African American woman to do business that it would be back then, or?
I think it's more challenging to create massive roadblocks as the magnitude of the ones that she encountered.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And having access, actually having access to education and actually being able to walk through doors as a woman of color.
Okay.
And network and make connections and to actually be validated, right? In today's society. I think that's the difference.
Okay.
Is the access that I have and I know that I have.
Okay.
And I'm rocking that access.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back.
Okay.
Let's talk about your move to DC.
Yes.
Was it easy?
No.
What was challenging? And this was during COVID that everything shut down. So I can't even imagine a move unless, it was terrible in Dayton. But let's talk about that.
Spirit told me it's time to move. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a job.
Oh my God.
Now I had a job.
You had a job in Dayton?
I was transferring a job at a winery.
To here?
To here. I was doing wine tastings at this winery that I love.
Okay.
And there was a location in Rockville.
Okay.
And so there was an opportunity where I was going to transfer that over.
Okay.
But then when I moved here, everything shut back down again, which was fine. But from that point on, I was making these candles and I started selling candles on U Street.
Okay.
And that's how I was paying my bills.
So when you say on U Street, you were selling it within the small business?
On the street corner.
You were physically on a street corner.
Outside. Yes.
In October. What part of October?
So actually, let's walk this back a little bit, right? So I moved here. I officially launched my business in December after I moved here.
December
2020.
2020. Okay.
So then after that, when it got a little warmer, I was selling candles.
March, April?
I would say March.
So how were you taking care of yourself between December and March?
A hope, a wish, and a prayer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where were you staying?
So I actually was able to secure an English basement in the Shaw neighborhood.
Okay.
And it was crazy because I moved here without a job. And I told these people that own this English basement, I said, listen, I'm driven, I'm motivated, and I have a vision. So please just believe in me. And they loved my energy.
And they went with that?
They went with that.
And so
they went with that. I was able to pay my rent. I was. But they were a little leery because it was the pandemic. Things were uncertain.
Right.
But they believed in me.
Okay, so March.
Candles.
Well, where did you get the money to even make the candles?
So let's rewind. I was selling candles in December online.
Through
Etsy. Let's talk about that. Etsy was not the greatest, but my family and friends were supporting through there.
What was the challenge? Because that gives you a bigger platform to reach bigger audiences.
It does, but you have to hit a certain level of sales before Etsy starts promoting your products.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and you didn't hit that level?
I was selling a lot more off of the platform.
Okay.
Because I can sell salt to a slug.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. So,
so it wasn't really helping you too tough.
It wasn't.
Okay. So you continue with Etsy for how long?
Probably until May of 2021.
Okay, so you kept that platform.
I tried.
Okay. But you started doing on your own, selling
Yeah.
on your own, and so you sold on U Street.
Yeah.
What intersection?
So I actually had a conversation with Lee's Flower Shop
Yeah.
because that was around the corner
11th and
from.
I do believe.
Yeah, that was around the corner from my apartment.
Okay.
And I said, hey, I would like to sell candles out here like after hours.
Mhm.
And they said, absolutely.
Hmm.
So there was a lot of intoxicated people coming out of the bars that were buying candles.
But wait a minute, wait a minute, because I was going to say, you said after hours, okay? After hours. So when we're saying after hours, what are we talking about?
So like I would get there at 8 p.m.
Okay.
and then sell until like 10 midnight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was that safe?
You know, I had people out there looking out for me actually.
Okay.
Because I was there so often. There was doormen and bartenders.
They're like, let us sell per hour.
And the parking lot attendants. So
Okay.
like, they were always looking for me and looking out for me.
Oh, that's cool.
It was a community.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say the court, so that's the 11th and you, were you in front of Lee's or where were you? Lee's Flowers or where were you?
Yeah, like right there at the intersection, but not at like on the sidewalk, right before the sidewalk.
Okay. So there's a lot of clubs. There's a lot of night activity. There's Ben's Chili Bowl. There's all of that going on. How did that traffic support you?
Amazingly. I also started painting these bucket hats. Like I just started coming up with a random stuff.
Bucket hats.
Yes, bucket hats.
And selling them?
At people, I was like, oh, just try it on. They loved it. I'll get a candle too. On their way. They're like, oh, or some people would say, oh, I don't want to bring a candle in the club. I'm like, listen, you can buy it and then ask the person at the door if they can hold it for you. And then when you come back out, you have your candle.
So how'd you do with that?
Very, very
You said very well. So how often were you there?
Like 3 to 4 days a week.
3 to 4 during that same time period?
Yeah.
So Lee's Flowers didn't want you to come during the day, or during the day would not have been as.
I don't think it was an issue, but there was more foot traffic
at night because it's a nighttime area.
Absolutely.
So how long did you do this?
For 2.5 years.
2.5 years?
Yeah.
In what months?
Whenever the weather was feasible. Because sometimes the winter is not extremely cold
Right.
in the front.
We had some warm winters.
Yeah.
Right.
So whenever the weather allowed.
Okay.
Because there's always people on U Street. Always
Right.
people on U Street.
Okay. So are we talking pretty much monthly? What was pretty much the trend? What was from March, the summers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On to, did you do the winters? You said warm winters or whatever.
Yeah. But then I also had opportunities at markets as well.
Okay.
So like once people saw me, they started inviting me to like
Right.
at farmers market or
yeah.
events.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
So then the doors opened.
So you can really pay your rent now.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you stayed with that place.
But even when I started working.
Okay. So, take me back.
Okay.
So now we're at what? 2021, 20 approximately.
Okay.
Okay. So when did you come? What was your next job?
Howard University.
Okay. Okay. So 2021, we're somewhat out of the pandemic.
Oh, yes.
Okay. You're still at Shaw. You're still at the apartment. You're still doing your candle thing. Okay. So, but you're not doing it as often, or you're doing it on weekends?
So 2021, fast forward to 2022, January is when I started at Howard.
Okay.
Wasn't making much. So was definitely still selling candles.
Okay.
On U Street.
Okay. How often? Did the frequency?
On the weekends.
Okay. On the weekends.
Like maybe 1 or 2 nights.
Okay.
But I just knew that was like guaranteed income.
Right.
For sure.
So, okay. Take me forward. 2022.
Okay.
Then what?
2022, larger farmers market. So
Okay.
I actually got a placement at 14th and U. There was a Saturday farmers market.
That's right. Right in front of the Reeve Center or whatever.
And for context, within a 4-hour farmers market, I was clearing $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
At that one or several?
At that one.
Okay.
Well, the majority, if I'm there for 4 hours, I'm bringing in $800 to $1,000 in sales.
And do you still do the farmers market?
Not as much. I don't have the bandwidth. I've been in grad school.
Yeah.
I've been working.
Right.
But I have transitioned to having retail pop-ups. So most recently, for Black History Month and Women's History Month, I had my candles for sale in Grounded in Southeast. Also at Creative Grounds in Northeast, and at Soast in Shaw.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I love to do in-person sales because I'm really good at it, but it takes a lot of energy. So now that I've been in grad school and working full time, I've been looking for opportunities where I can place my products and they can be sold on my behalf.
What's the big picture here as it relates to your business?
The big picture.
What is the big dream?
Oh, the vision.
What's the vision? That's back to your
Absolutely.
business plan you wrote in my
Yes.
What's the big picture?
Absolutely. So another fabulous story regarding my ancestors. So my maternal great grandmother was Emily. My paternal great grandmother was Louise, and she actually was able to secure 250 acres of land in Tennessee. So we have family land still in our possession. And so for me, I would love to grow soybeans and produce my own soy wax so my candles can be from soil to shelf. So that's my grand vision for Old Soul Rising. So literally taking the energy and the efforts from both of my great grandmothers and merging them into a from soil to shelf candle business.
For an entrepreneur that has a dream,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say they have entrepreneur ancestors as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What about your journey that you feel like that you can actually share and encourage them, and hopefully they can apply it?
You may seem crazy to some people. Like, my mom is like, you're selling candles on the street corner at night?
Oh, your mom knew?
Yeah, she knew. And she was like, I'm concerned about your safety. And I was like, I'm fine. And I was.
Grandma's with me.
It's not the most conventional, but it all worked out.
Yeah.
It opened many doors for me. And yeah, no matter how crazy it may sound, or if you've never done it before, like, get in the lab, try some things out. You're going to fail, right? You're going to have stumbling blocks. But at the end of the day, like, if it's meant to be, it'll all work out in the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, have the audacity to dream big.
Have the audacity to dream big. What about the naysayers, the dream busters?
Ah, well. I love to say haters gonna hate, potatoes gonna potate. And that's it. Yeah, I'm like, I can't be concerned about anybody else or what they think or feel, because my journey is, the sky's the limit. And I have to do what I need to do to get to that point. And they have their own journey. So, yeah, believe in yourself. Truly. That's it.
Oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do with you, Jasmine. Jasmine lightens up my day, my life. When we get together, it's just we go down the street around the corner.
Yes.
Okay. I have this analogy that I've been asking everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The analogy is entrepreneurship, the entrepreneurship journey is like a GPS.
Okay.
You basically plug in that address and it says, okay, go this way. Okay. But sometimes when you're driving, it's like, where are you taking me? Could I have done better just kind of going on my own? As it relates to your journey, what has been some of the detours that it's like, I thought I was going to go this way, but the GPS of life or the ancestors have taken me another way?
Well, so I'm going to tie this into my logo as well. So I utilize a sunflower because sunflowers are resilient and they always face the sun, right?
And they kind of move.
They got to move.
When the sun changes,
yes, they shift, they pivot.
They pivot. It's really fascinating.
It is. And when there is no sun, they face each other.
Oh, really?
To feed off of each other.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. Community. Have some good people in your corner in your life. Other sunflowers. But as far as roadblocks on the journey, I've experienced a lot of grief. I'll say that.
Grief in the sense of
loss. So I moved here November 2020, and my father passed away unexpectedly January 2021.
Okay. Was it COVID related or?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. But passed away. And having to deal with the loss of a parent while trying to like start up your business.
Right. And then transitioning from relocation.
Home,
right.
Yeah. From your hometown. And then you're kind of isolated to a certain extent. So selling candles was really an outlet for me. Making the candles, therapeutic.
Okay.
And then selling and connecting with humans, right? Like getting out of my home and building community. And then, the loss of a grandmother and, an emotional support animal. Over these 5 years, it's been a lot of loss. And through it all, making these candles has been really therapeutic.
Good.
to just take my mind off of things and being able to accomplish something. Like after you make a batch of candles, it's like, I feel good about myself and I'm going to go sell them. So like, it's been a great avenue for me. A great grounding element for me, for sure.
As I've gotten to know you,
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine, you are just an out of the box. Well, you know, entrepreneurs are supposed to be out of the box thinkers, but you truly, on the scale of 1 to 10, with 10 in the highest, you're like at a 12. You come up with the greatest ideas, and then once you come up with the ideas, you actually mentally, verbally put together how you're going to execute. And when you execute, it's always like over the top. It's such a success. Where does this motivation come from? Just in general, as it relates to entrepreneurship.
Absolutely. I mean, for me, it was, growing up, my father always said, like, no is not an answer. Like, there's always a creative solution to the problem. So think outside the box. So for me, like, I never stop at I don't know, or, like, this is too hard. I lean in.
Okay. You do just the opposite.
I do the opposite.
Okay.
I do.
But you do that in everything.
Everything.
You do that in everything.
Everything. I love it. I love a good challenge. It's like literally like my dad would pick up a Rubik's Cube and I'm like, whoa.
In minutes?
Seconds.
Seconds. He has it figured out?
Yes. Whoa. Genius. Literally genius. And so for me, like that's the standard of like, nah. Like,
a Rubik's Cube is your standard?
Yeah, yes. Everything is yes. I'm gonna figure this out real quick.
Wow.
And watch me do it.
And you do just that. And on that note, I want to say, Jasmine, out of all my students in 20 years, you are definitely at the top as far as I know. I feel like I could take a ball and say, Jasmine, catch. And you'd be like, boo, yeah, I got it. What you want me to do with it? That is Jasmine Rogers. You got to get her product. You got to get her candles. She is such a joy to be in her presence. She is surrounded with other successful entrepreneurs. I've met so many entrepreneurs through her. She helps me come up with creative ideas 24/7. You are the woman. You're a winner.
But so are you. Actually, you're the one. But no, I'm gonna give you your flowers. Like I truly appreciate you and the opportunities that you present for entrepreneurs in your ecosystem, in your world, and just for believing in me and being a fantastic support system like that's always in my corner and really seeing the value, right, of me in what I bring. It's fantastic just to have you in my orbit. So yeah, I appreciate being here today, and I'm really excited for this platform that you're building. And to see you in the lights, because you deserve the shine.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Jasmine Rogers, everybody. Jasmine Rogers. Old Soul Rising.
Absolutely.
Get it today.